It's gonna give you a little. It's gonna give you a little notification. All right. What's up, everyone? We're good, right? We can just go. All right.
Oh no.
Perfect. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to a new episode of Open Up. Clearly, we are structured a little differently. You know, Mike isn't next to me over here.
We're actually recording this right next to each other.
Yeah. He's actually in the kitchen, you know, and I'm on the other side, right, just working. But no, some of our newer episodes are going to be virtual from now on. We're not in the same spot. I'm on a cross-country road trip currently in Utah, heading all around and then figuring life out as it goes. And then Mike is obviously operating out of Boston. So we still want to be keeping up with all these episodes, posting week over week, trying to do what we can to stay as consistent as possible. So we figured, let's get these virtual episodes rolling, right? Rocking and rolling. And this week, what we really wanted to talk about, which is a lesson that I have learned, that I've been learning, right? That Mike specializes in, or we've both been learning. A lot of people have learned.
Always learning.
Is really always learning, baby. Is really in regards to independence, right? Being alone, learning to enjoy your own presence, and just relearning or redefining who you are, and things of that nature. So that's kind of the topic for this week. Sorry, I feel like I just talked so much.
No, bro, let's keep talking. I'm very happy that we're having this conversation because Lucas and I have had different experiences, but we've both learned how to be happy independently. And as a best friend of Lucas, like, not that I was afraid, but I'm like, I would be afraid for anybody who's going to be by themselves, traveling across the country, not knowing somebody whenever you want to just go do something, you know what I mean? Like, but I was never worried for Lucas because I knew his personality. He would be making friends. We have friends that we've connected with. Whenever
so
we've got
crazy.
He's actually gonna go visit
Yeah.
our boy from Hawaii who we met on a plane to Colorado.
On a trip to Colorado. So crazy.
So like, it's been amazing to see behind the scenes how Lucas has been surviving and thriving as well. But we just want to talk a little bit. I mean, Lucas is going to talk about his experiences that he's had firsthand. I'm going to speak about mine. But yeah, Lucas, if you want to kick off, what are some things you've been doing to make sure you're being happy by yourself, independent?
Absolutely. So I just wanted to give kind of like a backstory, right? Because I feel like I've always prided myself in being an independent person. But over this journey, when I've taken time to really reflect, I've noticed that like throughout the time, like I've never really been independent ever, like in my entire life. So when I even think about back to like middle school, right? Like, I mean, obviously you always live with your parents, right? But I was in a relationship from 7th grade to freshman year of high school. Freshman year, you break up, blah, blah, blah. And then in a relationship sophomore year, all throughout high school. Go into college, freshman year to sophomore year in a relationship. And sophomore year, going into junior year, all the way to 1 year out of college in a relationship, right? So like for me, outside and the whole time, like you're living with your parents, right? In college, I've lived with my friends. Like I've never, ever been alone. I have always just like been mingled with people, with someone, whatever. And recently, like I've taken this opportunity to really just learn how to enjoy my own presence, right? I figured out, I kind of just like lost track of a lot of things that I really love to do in life, right? Like back when I was younger, I would walk all the time. And then I get old, and then obviously you drive, you stop walking, and you got old man knees.
Oh, can I cut you off right there? Yo, yeah. I remember when I was getting my license, I was like, I debated on not getting my license because I was terrified I was going to become overweight because I would walk and bike everywhere. Oh, once I start driving, I'm never going to walk again for the rest of my life. I'm going to become so big, like, and I almost didn't get my license. Like dead ass became like a fear. But I feel you.
So funny, dude. So funny. But like, I've rekindled my passion for walking, right? I walk all the time. I bike all the time. I hike every single day after work, or like 3 times a week, right? But I've also learned a lot about just like myself, my mannerisms, right? How I operate alone, like how bad my procrastination is, which is terrible, but I'm like working on it. And like, you have to hold yourself accountable, right? One of the biggest things, what was the biggest reality check for me is so first off, when I left my house, I actually had a small panic attack because I was like, holy fuck, I'm going to be alone for the first time in 24 years. Like, how crazy is that, right? And probably like my first hour of my 35-hour drive, I was actually crying because I was like, oh my God, this sucks. I'm so worried. But it ended up working out. It was actually so phenomenal. But my first week there, it's like my second day in Arizona. And I come home from hiking and I was so mad because I realized my laundry was still there. My bed wasn't made. There was no food waiting for me in the fridge, and my dishes weren't washed. Right? Like, that's how unrealistic my mind was.
Yeah.
Right. And I was so freaking mad because I was like, what the hell? And then I was like, wow, like, I'm really blessed to have the mother that I do, because like at home, it's all done for me. Right. And that was part of my journey as well, is trying to grow up a little bit. Right. Like, be a little more independent, be a little bit more capable of surviving on my own, because that was never possible. Right. And then learning how to cook, learning how to clean, learning how to just kind of like fend for yourself. The basics. But like, now I just feel way better. I feel way more solid in who I am. Right. Just a lot of reflection. And I've really, really learned to just, obviously, because I'm alone most of my days, I've really learned to just be happy with who I am as a person. You spend most of your life by yourself, right? Like, realistically, you can have people there, but you're by yourself in here, right? You're by yourself in your mind. No one else is in there. So you have to learn how to operate alone. You have to learn how to enjoy your own presence, how to enjoy your own company. And it's goes in part with like loving yourself as well. But it's been a super, super cool journey. A lot of learning. You got to learn quick too. So that's been my experience a little bit. You know,
it's been amazing to like. So we have a group chat, a bunch of us guys, and we talk in it every day, all day, literally every day, all day.
Dudes being dudes.
And just bros being guys, and it's awesome because like Lucas will send a picture and be like, "Yo, look what I just cooked." It would be like some basic meat or something. We're like, "Yeah, look at
it's rice, beans, and beef, ground beef too." I can't
make like a peanut butter and you'd be like, "Oh, look at this peanut butter and jelly." But it's been cool to see his transformation, because like it's been something not that he struggled with. He just was never presented with the situation of I have to be alone. And now you've handled it amazing. Like I can't think off the top of my head any friends that were like so lived in a multiple people scenario. Like you're at home, you had your parents, you were in a relationship, and go from cold turkey to zero and just peace out in the middle of the country. Like, granted, like you said, I spend a lot of time in my head, like, or everybody does. But I feel like I've learned how to be the most independent and happy independently now that I've been in my relationship. So like prior, my happiness depended on other people. But like I've been very grateful. Annalise and I, we from the get-go, we've talked about this, the Will Smith quote, where it's like, you're like, I'm my own happiness, you're your own happiness, we bring happiness together, and that's when the happiness flourishes. We're not depending on each other. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people have had talks like this to close friends and family, where they get out of a relationship and they immediately are so down, they want to look for love again, so they go and search it for somebody else. But then it's just a cycle.
Yep, like a rebound.
And you got to learn how to emotionally create that happiness for yourself. And like you just named off 20 things that can make you feel accomplished, even if it's simple cooking or learning how to do laundry. Like you, like these little measurable stepping stones is what creates happiness and creates progress. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, I've been hiking more. I've been grabbing things that I love doing more and more. Like I see you hiking after hitting the gym and pulling 700 pounds because that's passion. You want to do that because it makes you happy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what people need to continue doing.
For sure. I 100% agree. And with that Will Smith quote, not only does it go for relationships, right? I don't remember what the exact quote is, but it was basically like, we're two independent people that come together and like things are better because you're not my responsibility type of thing. You're your own responsibility. And it's so powerful because even when you think about it from a friendship perspective, right? Like if I am a completely independent person and I know at the end of the day, I don't need anybody. I don't need friends. I mean, obviously you do, but like I can completely operate by myself. When you choose to bring people into your life. I choose to spend time with you. I choose to bring you into my
You
circle,
don't need to
right? I
depend.
don't need to. Exactly. I don't depend on you for nothing. I don't need to have you around. I don't need to talk to you every day. I choose to, right? So your bonds just become so much stronger. Your relationships become so much stronger because you realize, like, wow, I genuinely just want to be with this person. I want to be with them. I want to be friends with them. I want to date them, whatever it may be, right? But it just it helps out with a lot of relationships, friendships, relationships, bonds,
Exactly.
whatever it may be that you have throughout life, right? And it really just like also helps you. I think that it helps you mentally, like how you reflect on yourself too, because you realize like, damn, I really have a lot of people in my life who are very genuine, who like really care about me, and who I genuinely like really love, right? And who I want to be around and who I want to talk to, right? And then that helps you out in the long run because you know that there's people there for you, right?
Exactly.
Like I'm completely alone, but I've never felt alone type of thing, right? So it's just such cool experience, and like a cool thing. And I think that there's a lot of learning and it's very scary and there's a
It is
lot
scary.
to it. But like learning how to operate independently, and like Mike said, you don't have to be alone to like learn how you operate independently, right? You can do it in a relationship, you could do it whatever. I definitely think I could have done it at home, but I had no motivation to, because
You had
everything
no
was
reason.
done for
Yeah.
me. Yeah,
You're backed into a
everything was done
corner
for me.
where you're either gonna learn how to cook or you're gonna die.
Or I'm gonna die.
Or
Yeah,
survive
and
off
I'm not trying to
vegetables.
die at 24.
Uh,
So
yeah,
yeah,
all these principles that we just spoke about, it doesn't have to be like a significant other. Like if you learn, like it's crazy. It's like you have to step back and learn how to disconnect with people, and then that's when the connections become the purest. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like you said, you don't need that connection. You choose to have that connection. And it's a scary thing to back up, but it's needed. When people learn how to do that, game changer. Because then it's all in your mind. You know what I mean? It's all mindset.
for sure, for
Um,
sure. And it's super powerful, and you learn to just kind of you see life in a different value, right? You see life in a different way. You start like being more grateful for the things, right? Like I am so extremely grateful for the life that I had back home now, which I was taking for granted when I was there because it was like an expectation in a way, right? I never wanted to admit it, but like I really was completely useless. I still am pretty useless, but like it was just, I took it so much for granted, and now I come and now every single day I'm like, wow, like I am so blessed to have the family that I have, right? The friends that I have, like everything was so accessible when I was home, and it was all so easy. Not saying that's not easy. Now I'm having the time of my life now, but
mhm.
you just see things differently, which is so cool, and very very eye opening, mind opening. And learning about yourself is always great too, right? Because it's just going to make you better, right? It's for whatever next steps you have in life.
You just outlined something a little to do for our listeners. I was gonna say go
Hmm.
highlight three things
Get
that
a
make
haircut.
you
That's number one.
hey
I know.
go do things that make you
First,
happy. Find something to,
I also want to say, being alone, I haven't gotten a haircut because my barber is back home, and you can't cheat
wasteful.
on a barber. You cannot cheat on a barber. That's the one
No,
thing.
the worst thing
But
you
all
can do.
right, sorry. That's the worst
You
thing.
good? I was gonna say find three things that make you happy and go do it by yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm
Like there's how do I explain it? It's something you feel like, for example, you can go hike with somebody else and that's fun, you know what I'm saying? But like truly
Yep.
enjoying your presence, yourself, and being grateful, like, damn, I can walk, damn, I can breathe, damn, this is beautiful. Like just vibing by yourself is a very unique experience. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be hiking, it can be
Yeah.
whatever. But go find three things that you enjoy and go do it by yourself.
Yeah. I'd say take a day. Like take a day of the week and just go and do something alone, like with your own presence. Whether I'm gonna be honest, I haven't like gone out to eat alone because I feel like that's a little sketchy. That's just my opinion. Obviously, you could do whatever the heck you want. I haven't like gone to a restaurant alone. I did that I did that in Alaska, and like these old ladies sat next to me, and they struck up the greatest conversation ever. So I guess that was a lie. But here, I haven't like been out to eat much, if it's by myself or anything of that nature. But I'd say go take a day for yourself and then do something that you really, really enjoy doing, but that you haven't done in a while, right? For whatever reason, maybe you've just been super busy. Maybe you just got caught up in life, whatever. Like rekindle some of your old passions, your old fire, like spark up who you are, right? Like redefine, relearn who you are. And like just take that day and do it. If you want to go to the beach alone, do it. If you want to go out to dinner alone, do it. No one's stopping you. If you want to go for a hike alone, a bike ride alone, if you want go to the mall alone and go on a shopping spree, spoil yourself. It doesn't matter. But like take some time to just like get to know yourself independently.
Couldn't
for like a day.
agree more, bro. Damn.
Woo!
That was a good
what a journey. Yeah.
But all right, yeah. Welcome to Open Up. We've been gone for a little bit, but we back and expect a whole bunch more episodes. If you want any specific topics, comment below or just send us a message. Also, all the messages that we've been getting, even though we haven't been posting videos, truly appreciate it. We're always looking to have people on, so DM us. Let us know. We about it.
Yeah. Thank you guys. We're gonna be with these virtual episodes. They're gonna be a lot easier to pop out, right? So we're gonna try to be consistent, but life happens. So thank you guys for always being understanding. Thanks everyone for the messages, and we will be putting out more content, more stories to come, and then hopefully in the future we'll get some more in-person episodes, right? Together. Maybe. Wink, wink.
Maybe. I can't wink, bro.
Wink, wink. But thank you everybody for coming for another episode. Another week has gone by, and appreciate you all.
Peace.
Peace. Oh, we did that at the same time too. All right, how do I end this screen? Hold on. I don't know how to end it, so